precious souls. Welcome back to my happy space. Today, we're going to use Osho Zen, my Osho Zen deck. We're going to find out what your soul is trying to tell you. Listen up, there's a message in here for you. There's a message in Osho Zen for everyone. But this one's going to hit home. I have a feeling. It's going to reach those that need to hear it. The whole entire reading is about realizing that only you can create happiness for you, and only others can create happiness for themselves. No one can do it for them. It's not about finding the right job, the right person in your life. It's about making the personal choice in every moment that no matter what the external environment appears to be, that we choose to be happy. And it is in our response to what we see around us that creates our existence. Your challenge is to make a choice. Don't sit on the fence. You're creating your own reality right now. Are you going to choose to be happy, or are you going to choose to be miserable? No matter what happens around you, every time you create and choose, every time you make a choice, you are creating your world based on that, how you perceive that world around you. Okay? This is how you call in your best life, by not overreacting and allowing yourself to spiral downward into negative vibrations, negative frequencies, because that pulls in more of the same. That which we strongly react to emotionally is what we are bringing into our world. So you are the one who's capable of making any changes to create a happier life. It's about acknowledging that is not exactly what I desire the most, and this is what I would prefer, and then taking the necessary actions to make a step in the direction that you prefer instead of complaining about it. I'm not trying to call you out, but we've all had to learn that lesson. So subconsciously, you are bringing something to completion. It might be an old belief system. It could be something that you've chosen you don't prefer, and now you're going to close that up and make a new change, do something different, start to chase your dreams, create the reality you really choose to have. That's where the power is. We create our own reality. And the sooner that we are strong enough and wise enough to have accountability for the fact that everything that is in our life and has been is an aspect, it reflects largely on how we feel about what we deserve on the inside, how we feel about ourselves on the inside, and what we're willing to tolerate. What kind of boundaries do we have? Are they healthy? What do we feel we deserve? So we cannot be angry at others about necessarily, we cannot blame others. We cannot, thank you, Spirit. We cannot blame others if our life isn't exactly the way we want it to look. It's all about our own personal journey, and perspective is everything. Now, it's time to let go of something, and you're becoming more and more aware of it. In order to make a choice, we can't hold on to both. We cannot hold on to both. We cannot have the old version of ourselves and the new version of ourselves. We trade one for the other. You trade up one existence for the other. It's about stepping up into an entirely different timeline. And in order to do that, we do need to let go of old behaviors, old outdated beliefs, things that may be perceptions that were projected on us by others, and really get down to the nitty gritty and close out those versions of yourself. Okay? I like to just say I burned to learn, and I burned it right down to the ground, and the new version of me was the phoenix rising. And look at world, here I come. Once you know how the game is played, once you understand the playbook of life, the world is your oyster. Because once you can be accountable, hold yourself accountable for the poor decisions you may have made in the past, or the mistakes, and how much you've learned from them, that gives you the power to move forward with confidence, knowing I create my reality. Maybe I won't drink my face off anymore. I create my reality. Maybe I won't, go, being the player in life and hopping beds. I create my own reality. Maybe I will create healthy boundaries that says, no, I'm not willing to tolerate that, even if that means I stand alone until the right one finds me. It's about making these choices for yourself and knowing that that will pull in your abundance. That is how you balance the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself, the action and the waiting to receive. Okay, we all have masculine and feminine. When you bring that into balance and you see the big picture that I just need to be present in each moment in order to pick and choose. Is this for me? Yes or no? Is this for me? Yes or no? When we're looking and trying to create a way to attain what we want using our noggin, it was never designed to do that. It was designed to daydream, to help us daydream and deal with what's in front of us and make solid decisions from our heart space. And if it doesn't feel good, it doesn't fit in your world. If it's draining, if it's confusing, let it go. Let it go. That's the secret recipe. It's really that easy. And your ego is not going to want to hear that. Your ego is going to fight hard and say, that can't be true. This can't be true, because the ego doesn't want to be under the impression that it was wrong all this time, because it's there to protect you, right? Yes, ego, this is correct. We've come to a newer understanding. Just like years ago when we didn't know how to walk, we were crawling. We came to a new understanding. We transitioned into that new understanding and we began to walk. And after that, we transitioned to an understanding that we could speed this up and we could run. And after that, we transitioned and realized we could drive cars. It's all transitions. And it's about releasing old things that we used to believe were our limits and seeing that, in fact, we are limitless. And we are here to co create with the universe, God, the creator, however you resonate. And it starts by making the choice to create your own reality by creating the circumstances, creating the environment, facilitating the environment that will best reflect that. Having healthy boundaries, advocating for yourself, speaking your truth authentically, loving from the heart, not fearing. If you operate out of fear and insecurities, you're letting the demons in, right? That's all 3D stuff. That's where the darkness gets in. But if you want your abundance, you've got to be able to really filter what your ego pulls in and accepts as your reality. All right. In the near future, which is always written in this moment, like I said, be present. So long as you realize you are in control of your own happiness, no one else holds that key. It's your decision. And it is seriously your decision. And you need to make that decision to choose yourself. Once you do, you will see that you are not like all the other sheep. That was a conditioning brought on you, that you have these limits, that this is the way the world operates and it must always be that way because it's always been. No, you are a natural born leader. You are this lion. And you're trying to mask yourself because as human nature, our egos just want to fit in. But you need to see how incredible you are. You were not meant to just fit in. That's why you've been through so many challenges. You were meant to gather wisdom and tools and experiences on your path so that you could show other people the way, show other people how it's done, show other people that despite your environment, you could choose for yourself what you want and then create that reality around it through simple thought and the passion behind it. Feeling, believing, and knowing and creating through action at the masculine side, anything that is called to be acted upon to create that path and watch it magically unfold. That's my recipe. If you need to know, there it is. It's not hocus pocus. It's just we weren't allowed to know this until we had gone through what we'd gone through so that we have the tools we need at this time while you're awakening to this beautiful truth. That was, again, we were conditioned, programmed to believe the opposite, to be a slave to the system. But we're not anymore. People are waking up to it, and you are no different. And that's why you're finding this reading. What is this? Right now, your mind is still trying to kind of control things. So you might be, reflecting back too much on the past, bringing in guilt. But mostly I'm hearing a lot of anxiety where your mind is trying to figure out how is the abundance going to find me? And that's not what the mind was designed for. It was not. That's why it becomes like a factory, overworked. We wonder why we're exhausted, why we're sick, why we have mental illness in this world, because we're using our mind and our ego to try to control and figure out, well, it's supposed to come in this way, so I better buy a lottery ticket. It has to be that way. Or I have to have 3 jobs, 4 jobs, or I have to go to work and leave my child in daycare for someone else to raise. No, that's all overthinking. It's about trusting that you can do whatever it is you choose and you will be provided for so long as you believe it and passionately follow the intuitive advice along the way. You've got wisdom coming through with your spirit guides. I did it. I gave up all my jobs. I gave up narcissistic relationships of every kind. And I have bills to pay. And I'm still here. I'm still eating. You can see I've still got some fat on me yet, and I'm thriving and I'm doing everything I love, everything. And it keeps expanding because I get called with an idea. I get these ideas and I'm like, thank you. Yes, I could try that. That's creative. I love it because you are co-creating with God energy, with your spirit guides. Okay, next card. They want you to see beyond the illusion. This is what your spirits want you to see. See the truth. See beyond the illusion with your third eye. Okay? You know this. Deep down inside, you have programming within you from where you really come from, but it was wiped from us when we were born. You are starting to feel like what I'm saying right now resonates with you. And your ego is going to fight it and say, no, how can that be? 441 on the clock. It's time to build a solid foundation with strength, the 4 4 and the 8, and the 1, having confidence and create in your creative gifts and use those confidence with your creative gifts. This energy and creative flow was given to you for a reason. We are co-creating, we are expanding our consciousness in this world through what we bring intuitively. They operate through us. We get these ideas, we build them. But you may have a tower moment where it feels like everything is shaking and crumbling and burning to the ground. Those moments, when they happen, is because we built on a foundation that wasn't solid and it wasn't in alignment with what we came here and chose to come here to do. Yes, we chose all of this. Mind blowing, true story. We chose a lot of this, and then the free will part is just we choose a theme, and then the free will aspect is that's fine. We want to learn about this, but we're going to do it with this person, or maybe this one, or over here, or over there. Realizing we're all connected. This is what you really, truly want to have a better understanding of, a deeper understanding of. And yes, it's like trees in the forest. All of their root system is all connected. You can't see it. It's underneath where our eyes don't see. They are all connected. When one tree starts to die, they actually all work to support that tree, all in the root system. That's why if you take one tree, dig it up in a forest, the others might start to feel the effects. And then the others, it's a perpetual cycle. Everything's connected. And it's like the chaos theory. You drop a pebble in and the ripples touch everyone. We are all connected. Truth being, we're all one entity broken into little bits, here to learn, okay? Our souls remain in the spirit realm, okay? The mystical elusive place, which is actually just another parallel, if you will. And an aspect of that, we're like the avatars here. So we need to listen to our soul. We need to listen to our intuition. That's our higher self. That's our whole self. And it knows the way. And we can fight it all we want, but you ever notice the harder you fight against your intuition, it takes the long way around. Lessons get harder and harder and harder. Yeah, that's right. And meanwhile, our soul is beautiful, for just grace, giving us forgiveness and patience, going, well, you can listen. Or sure, you want to do another round? You want to do another round of that? Okay, here we go. I did tell you though, like so the advice of people around us, once you disconnect from that, and they couldn't possibly know your path. That's outside influence, oh, I'd be happy as long as I had them in my life. To be honest, you truly awaken after you've spent some time, a lot of time alone, and you shut off the world outside. Turn off that TV that's literally programming and conditioning you to believe certain things and start listening within, because that's your spirit team. And they're the ones who know which way you decided you wanted to go in order to get the fullest understandings and everything you set out to do in this life. And when you listen to that and you follow it moment to moment, there's nothing that can stop you. That is the truth about manifesting the abundance and the life of your dreams. The key, again, let go of everything that doesn't serve you. People, places, jobs, belongings, clutter, everything. They all hold energy, and they can also block. Their energy, if it's not resonating, can actually block everything that you desire, okay? They can influence it. And so if somebody feels negative, confusing, disruptive in any way, or like they're holding you back, those or any of those aspects, you want to get away from it. Whether it's a job, a boss, a friend, a family member, it doesn't matter. We are part of our understanding here. One big lesson is to learn what is it feels good in our energy field and what doesn't. Those are how your spirit guides also show you what needs to happen. And it's hard to let go sometimes. We were taught, no, you never let go of family, even if they're knocking you to the curb. You know, you never let go of your best friends. You got to keep those jobs because you got to pay the bills. That's all conditioning. It is all conditioning. You get to choose your reality and trust fall, knowing that when you follow your intuition, it's because there's a big reward or a payoff that's waiting for you. Okay? And after each difficult lesson, there's always a reward or a payoff. Trust in it. It is true. I'm not just speaking this for the sake of speaking it. I do these general readings for free, but I've been through a lot in my years, enough that I understand, and I've experienced what I'm speaking. I'm speaking with authenticity, and I know that I'm reaching you, and it's resonating with your soul, which is kind of setting off this bell going ding, 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 and your ego may try to fight it, but it's time to let go of everything that's standing in your way. It's time, it's time, it's time. We weren't meant to do the same old things over and over. We were meant to come here to experience joy, chase our joy, chase our passion. And then when we reach the top ceiling of that passion, look for something else to fill it with passion. We were not meant to be slaves to the system. And the more you take that first step to start getting rid of stuff, if there's something in your home that reminds you of something negative, if it's a sad memory, a negative memory, those are the things you want to clear out first. Why do we torture ourselves, right? Huh? Yeah. You know, process the emotions that come with it, release it with gratitude for the lesson behind it, and release it and move forward because there is so much waiting for you. Anything else, Spirit, before we close this out? I feel like this is done, but let's see. Oh, they want one more? One more? Final pass. Yep. Oh, going in for it. Okay. Yeah, the time is ripe right now. So the ego tries to rush things to its completion. I want it and I want it now, but the apple doesn't jump from the tree. It falls when it's ready. There is so much going on behind the scenes right now. Every single second since you were born, you've got spirit guides, you've got ancestors, you've got your higher self, which is your future self, your real soul. Okay. All of these working in the background, guardian angels, they're all working to fulfill everything you desire. And when we try to interrupt it by overthinking it and forcing it to go a certain way that our limited mind says this is the way it's done, and we try to race and push it, then it mucks with what they're trying to create in the background. It's about trust. And I'm telling you intuitively, I'm getting this right now. This is the time you make the decision. From now on, I am going to create the life of my dreams. I am going to choose to be happy. Even if I stub my toe in the morning, I'm going to laugh and go, yeah, you're not going to bring me down. And then if the coffee overfills, I'm still going to laugh and go, okay, I see you're challenging me. Everything, okay? See it as a challenge and they're testing you. Will you choose happiness despite what you see in the environment around you? And the more you do this, the more everything will start to elevate higher. And you will not be in these realms where there's constant stress, anxiety, guilt, and all that insecurities and fear. You will see that fear is sometimes what you need to run through, and the pain of emotions, what you need to run through in order to process it properly and get the lessons out of it. And once you learn, it's over, it's done. Next, you don't have to keep looking at it. It's kind of like, say, a child that takes a library book out of the library and they're a day late. Oh, darn, it's late. Now I've got to go back and explain why it's late or whatever it is, pay the dues. I don't really want to face them and admit it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, by the time you're done, it's like a month late, 2 months late. Like, don't procrastinate. Life goes by in a snap. And I know whoever I'm talking to, you will agree that every year it feels like everything goes faster. It does. Time is really linear. Time only exists on this planet, but it picks up fast. And the years and the decades pass quickly. So when are you going to choose to have your best life? No one's going to do it for you. So what are you going to do today what decision for yourself that is going to make your future self so happy you finally took that first step? Whatever that step is. And then tomorrow, another step. Just research it, do it, take that step, clean out the closets, get rid of the clutter, anything that brings you down. Create your beautiful Zen space and start acting in the direction with action, the things that you need to do. Make it in little bite-sized pieces, these goals, so they're manageable. Make a checklist. Oh, the universe loves watching this checklist, and it feels so good when you check off each box. Today, I cleaned out that closet. Oh, Today, I went and researched how much would that course be so I can, expand on what I want to do in this. How much is it to rent that building so I can finally open up that business? How much is it to learn this so that I can, really brush up on my skills? How much, how, where, when? All of these questions. Ask these questions. What can I do in this moment? And start looking around, because the more you do this, the more it will be presented to you. These they're like, okay, they're listening. Here, let's deliver. Let's give them what they need. They're showing us they're ready to move on and get started on their life purpose full on, and you will be supported in ways that'll just blow your mind. And it's exciting, and it's really exhilarating. And you will succeed, because your angels are going to make sure you succeed at what you need to do. When you do the work and you heal the old wounds that used to stop you, and the insecurities and fears, when you prove to yourself that you can do it, and all of the other projections that others put on you were just a bunch of malarkey, that's when they heal also. Your ancestors in the spirit world. So you are the torch. You are that burning fire that is breaking through old cycles. And today's the day it starts. And I'm so proud of you. Whew. If you get called to have a personal reading, you can email me anytime. Learn to love yourself unconditionally. You can email me at paintingsbycatherine@gmail.com. And thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel, Earth Angel 3811. It really helps get the word out to help others. If you're not already helping others in some way, even if you are, this is your way that you can help contribute by getting the word out and sharing these videos so that other people can heal as well. Because deep down, we are all connected. And it's not about the competition we were conditioned to believe. It's not competition. It's about the more we help others, we're actually helping each other and ourselves. We are the root system. Make no mistake. And you, my dear, are meant to lead the way in some amazing way, even just by being your authentic self and following your heart, because other people are going to say whatever they're doing, I want to do it too, because it's exciting and they look pretty damn happy. Okay? So take care, guys. Keep shining. Till next time.